Hey there, it's Kevin Ward here. One of the common questions I get is when you're prospecting, what do you count as a contact? So if you're tracking your numbers in lead generation or you're tracking numbers prospecting for business, what is actually a contact? So here's a contact. A contact is a live conversation with an adult decision maker. It can be face-to-face or it can be ear-to-ear if you're talking to them on the phone or you're knocking on a door, or you're meeting them at a spot, whatever it is, with the intent of asking for business. That's the definition of a contact in prospecting. It is a live conversation with an adult decision maker with the intent of asking for business. Now let's qualify what that means. So let's say you're talking to somebody that you don't know. So let's say you're calling Expired. You call an Expired, they answer the phone and they say, hello, and you say, hi, this is Kevin Ward with Yes Masters Realty, and they go, another realtor, we're not interested, and they hang up. Is that a contact? And the answer is yes, that's a contact. Why? Because you took the initiative, you initiated a conversation with somebody with the intent of asking for business. Now when they hung up on you, basically they're just giving you a very fast no. So anytime I talk to somebody, what you're looking for is I'm looking for an appointment, I'm looking for a lead, or I'm looking for somebody that I can connect with to put in my personal circle for future business. So my intent is always to ask for business. And they just didn't give me that opportunity because they said no before I had the opportunity. But it's still a contact. Why? Because I can only control initially the action I take to contact somebody. And yes, I did have a conversation. They said they weren't interested. It was a quick no. Now that's a contact. If I call somebody or talk to somebody and I talk to them for 30 minutes and don't get an appointment, yeah, it's a contact. If you never asked for business, never brought business up, it's not a contact. So now let's say you're talking to somebody you know, somebody in your personal circle, and you haven't talked to them in a while or whatever, and you just call them to say, hey, just wanted to see what's up, and so forth. That's not a contact. Why? Because you're not really prospecting for business. There was not really an intent to ask for business. And so if you say, so just curious, who have you talked to recently that's looking at buying or selling or investing in real estate that I can help? That's a contact. Why? Because I had a conversation with them and I asked them for business, whether it's somebody you know, somebody you don't know, or whatever. Now, if you call somebody, if you're calling in for sale by owner, and a kid answers that's 10 years old, and you say, hi, I'm calling about the house for sale by owner, is your mom or dad there? No, they're not home. That's not a contact. Okay, that's talking to a kid, because a kid can't set an appointment with you. Leaving a message on an answering machine is not a contact. That's a voicemail, because an answering machine can never give you a decision. They can never give you information. They can't set an appointment with you. You can't get their contact information. So I'm not saying you shouldn't leave a message or should. I'm just saying it's not a live contact. Now, the other thing is when you're doing lead follow-up is not, don't track that as a new contact. Count that as a follow-up contact. And reason I say that is because when you're lead generating, when you're prospecting for a new business, if you're not following up on a previous conversation, it's a contact. So this is a distinction you make in terms of being able to track your numbers for activities and what the ratios are between a certain activity and a result. So when I'm calling somebody I know, and I call them once every 3 months to say, hey, who do you know that I can help? Every time I talk to them, that's a contact. However, if I called them today and they said, you know what, my neighbor's getting ready to move, let me get their contact information and then call me back tomorrow. And then you call them back tomorrow, that's not a new contact, that's a lead follow-up. So you track it different. That's considered following up on a lead, not generating a new contact for business. However, when I talk to them again 3 months from now and I'm not calling to follow up on a previous conversation as my primary purpose for calling, now it's a new contact. In other words, I've contacted somebody that I know to again remind them and ask them if they have anyone that I can help with business, or if they're looking at buying or selling or whatever. So that's how you track it as a contact, so that you can track, if I talk to this many people over a period of time, how many appointments do I get, how many leads do I get, how many appointments do I go on, how many listings do I take, how many sales do I get, how much money do I make. And so you can learn to predict, track your business, evaluate your effectiveness, figure out, am I getting better, am I getting worse, are there things I need to adjust? The better you are at tracking your numbers, the better results you get. So it's helpful to be clear about what counts as a contact. So hope that helps. If you have any other questions, put a comment on the video below, and we'll look forward to talking soon.